Welcome everybody to another edition of our Spotlight on Local Business, and I'm here with a very good friend of mine and the head of hospitality for the Moonee Valley Racing Club, Luke Kinneborough. Luke, welcome.
Thanks, Paul. Good to be here, mate.
And he's very kindly set us up here in the Moonee Valley Legends Bar. So at the moment, the Moonee Valley Racing Club has been closed. Obviously there's still races going on, as we know, but there's also a much more important part that the Moonee Valley Racing Club plays, particularly in our community. They're a huge employer for the local community, and again, a place where a lot of people like to visit. And Luke, you've been completely shut down.
Yeah, we have, which has been challenging. Obviously, a lot of businesses across the world have been shut down. We've had to stand down all of our staff, all of our casual staff, all of our full-time staff across our three venues. We've got three venues: Legends here, Junction up on the corner of Dean and Mount Alexander Road, and the Lee Oak over in Oakley, and obviously our racecourse as well. Our function business, our race days, all staff have pretty much been on stand down, which has been unfortunate, but they've been resilient, which has been good, and they're just keen to get back.
So tell us a bit about that. So we've had probably mid-March that this all sort of came about. We're now sitting here mid-June. What does the reopen date look like for you?
Yeah, so March 23, we closed the doors on everything, and we're planning at the moment to have Legends as our first venue that we reopen in early July. Junction will then come back online after that. And then gaming's allowed to come back online at this stage on the 20th of July, and we'll have all our venues back open again. And pleasingly, we host the first race meeting of the new racing season this year on the 1st of August, the horse's birthday, which as well, from next Monday, there'll be crowds back on race courses in Victoria, which is terrific. And we hope that those restrictions will continue to lift, and we'll be able to have a few of our members on course for that race day as well on the 1st of August.
Fantastic. Make sure we keep behaving out there, people. We want these restrictions to be lifted sooner than later. Great to hear that there's going to be so many things starting to reopen. And I know a lot of people I talk to in the community, it's not just about the races. There's people that come up here for meals. There's people that come up here for entertainment. There's people that come up here for corporate hospitality and corporate. You've got business suites. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So the three venues, you know, we actually pitch them and promote them as food and entertainment destinations, which they all are. Our race course, we host over 300 non-race day functions a year. We have 23 race meetings a year, and amongst our race meetings, there's dining experiences, there's corporate, private suites, as you touched on, that locals support, and also businesses from the city and around Victoria support. We've also got an external catering business as well called Dean and McPherson, aptly named after the junction of where Moonee Valley is located. So we've catered for events like the President's Cup back in December. That was an event we did, and that's also an arm to our business. So there's, I guess, many different tentacles to what we do from a hospitality perspective, and it's just a year-round business. So to come to a grinding halt back in March was new to us all, you know.
I can imagine. And again, another really significant employer in the local community, and I've got no doubt that there's a lot of staff that are very, very eager and willing and waiting to get back to work. So talk to me a bit about the actual races. You touched on people coming back to the races.
Yep.
Numbers, have we sort of got, someone mentioned 10,000 to me somewhere, but I can't.
Yeah, that has been speculated at the moment, not official. We've got representatives from our club and the other Metro clubs part of working groups to work towards that, crowds coming back on course. We're working through a number of scenarios at the moment to have, you know, anywhere from 50 people up to 10,000, which would be optimal. And we're hopeful that can still happen for this year's Cox Plate Carnival. This year's the 100th running of the Cox Plate, which is extraordinary. And clearly we hope that we can have a crowd here to help us celebrate that magical event.
That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I believe it's going to coincide somewhere around the AFL Grand Final time too, that those dates might be very close together.
Absolutely, yeah. There has been talk of Cox Plate during the day, the AFL Grand Final at night, and or the AFL possibly a week later or whatever. But you know, if it's on the same day, we're excited by that opportunity as much as anyone. If
it's on the same day, we're all going to need the Monday off from work, that's for sure. I'll already in advance, I'll tell all my staff they can have the Monday off. There's a big development going on at the moment. Yeah. It's pretty exciting. Everyone's talking about it around the area. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a 10-year process so far we've been through as a club. You know, our committee and our CEO have done a wonderful piece of work to get it to this point. And as you would see when you drive down McPherson Street now, some of it is we're starting to see some soil turn.
Yep.
So that is, I guess, one of the first stages of a multi-billion-dollar project that will see the racecourse track, grandstand, demolished, a residential community come into what will be known as Moonee Valley Park. It's an urban sprawl, I guess. It's going to have residential component to it, hospitality spaces. So that park I referenced on McPherson Street there is going to be called Tote Park. And we will retain the old Tote building, and it's adaptive reuse, turning it into a 7-day-a-week, all-day dining space, which is going to be incredible. We were set to open that late this year, September, October. When COVID hit, naturally we had to put the brakes on that, and we will pick that back up next year. But the park will be ready and launched before this year's Cox Plate. There'll be a Winx statue within the park. It's going to be an extraordinary landmark for the community, and I guess a new front door for Moonee Valley, where our members, our local community, our residents will just be able to come down here, walk the dog, eventually get a coffee or a food item or whatever from Tote venue. But at the same time, it's going to be a spectacular space. And then long term, post 2024, that grandstand will get demolished and we'll be shifting 18 months later into a new grandstand facility and new racetrack.
It's very exciting. As I said, already a big employer in the area. I would imagine that's going to create an enormous amount of jobs for the local community.
Absolutely, and we have a really strong focus on local community, Paul, and we have done for a long period of time now. We talk about our hospitality staff, the staff that work in our venues, our door staff on a race day. 80% of them are from the local community. And we are here opening our doors, wanting more of our local residents to come and work for us, whether they're students at local schools, all the way up to mature age people that we want to get back in. And we've got to build that team back up again when we are able to open our doors. So for those that are interested in coming to work at the club across a myriad of opportunities, you just got to head to our website at thevalley.com.au, get online there and go through our careers page and get in touch with our workforce planning team and get on board.
Fantastic, thevalley.com.au. Now, Luke, I know you've been here for a long time. A lot of our friends started here as teenagers and are now holding very important roles throughout the whole organisation. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your journey to where we are now.
Yeah, 1995, Octagonal won the Cox Plate that year. That was my first ever shift here at the club. Being a local resident, I applied for a job here picking up glasses and then sort of gradually worked my way through the ranks. I left and headed into what is Marvel Stadium. I worked there for 2 years and then came back here in 2011. So over that journey, I think it's been over 22 or 23 years. I've worked at the club in a couple of different roles, but always hospitality. And it's been an unbelievable employer and really a second family to me. I love the place and passionate about it, passionate about the people that work here. And there are the club, our full-time staff and our casual staff are littered with those stories. We've got, you touched on a friend of ours, Marty Sinan, I think he was almost born on the racetrack. He heads up our track and grounds department. We've got others in other parts of the team who have been here for 20, 25 years, 30 years, which is extraordinary and shows, I guess, their dedication to the club and I guess, the local community.
And also shows what a very good employer that the Moonee Valley Racing Club are. So some exciting times ahead. And again, thevalley.com.au, if you'd like to be part of things going forward, Moonee Valley Racing Club, fantastic employer to the community and only going to get better with all the redevelopment that's going on. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Luke. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you. Yeah.
Good luck with the reopening. I'm sure everybody is looking forward to getting back here in some way, shape or form, whether it's for a meal, whether it's to come up and meet your friends, whether it's for the races, the very exciting Cox Plate. I'm sure that you'll all be looking forward to getting back up here soon. And thank you. Continue to support your local businesses.